People will often ask me, why is energy medicine important? And what I'll say is, we're working with energy all the time. We don't necessarily articulate that fact, but if you think about emotions, emotions are an energetic experience, and they totally affect our actions. And if you think about thoughts, thoughts are an energetic event, and they totally affect our actions. And if we're not aware of our thoughts or our emotions, we can't be aware of how they affect us on a physical level. And further, once we become aware of our emotions and our thoughts, and we understand that they may need to shift in order for our physical experience to become more beneficial to us, we do need to understand the dynamics of energy, because energy is what thoughts and emotions are made of. So we're working with emotions all the time, we're working with thoughts all the time, and we're working with energy all the time. And one of the things that is really helpful for people who are aware of working with energy all the time, but they don't understand how they're working with energy or how to change the way they're working with energy, is to study the dynamics of integrated energy medicine and how to work with sound and light in an effective way. And this is very healing for people who are sensitive. I have very many students in my classes that are kind of overwhelmed by their experience on an energetic level, and they actually don't know how to talk about it, and they don't know why they don't feel right when they're in social interactions with others. They feel like there's something going on here that nobody's talking about, and they feel uncomfortable. They feel like they can't really trust their own experience because it's so different from everyone else's experience. And often they have people around them saying, well, you're just too sensitive, or that can't be right, I don't know what you're talking about, when they're actually picking up experience on an energetic level, which is actually more authentic than the experience that's being sort of orchestrated at a more gross physical level in the way that social interactions are managed. So people who are this kind of sensitive person can really benefit from energy medicine and learning about how to work with it, not only because they learn how to groom their own energy systems in such a way as not to be sort of invaded by other people's way of working with energy, which may have positive intention and may not have positive intention, especially if people are becoming a bit sensitive to the fact that the person who understands what's happening or thinks that they understand something that's happening on an energetic level is focused on trying to get that person to become more authentic with that level, and they get defensive, and they can actually tell the person they're crazy or something like that in order to get the person off of them. And so this really leaves people who are energetically sensitive in a very difficult place, and learning how to work with energy effectively, learning how to set boundaries, learning how to work with energetic boundaries really helps people who are sensitive become able to trust in their own capacities. It helps them learn how to interact with people who are working at a different level without feeling invaded or uncomfortable or discomfited because their experience is so different from the other person's. So these are just some of the reasons why it's helpful to work with energy medicine. And again, you know, as I've said before, with when we were talking about shamanism, people often feel, well, I can't do that. I can't see energy. I can't feel energy. I can't know energy. And one of the things that I really focus on in the integrated energy medicine program is helping people perceive things with all of their senses. So we work with helping you understand, are you a clairsentient? Do you feel things? Or are you a clairvoyant? Do you see things? Are you clairaudient? Do you hear things? And we spend time, especially in the advanced classes, learning how to translate experience across the sense channels so that you can really begin to articulate what you know and how you know it. And people find this to be very, very helpful. And again, people will often say, well, I can't channel. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no way that I could bring this light field over to this other place to create some kind of change. And I say, it's very simple. You need to simply discipline yourself, learn how to know what you know, learn how to focus your own personal energy in such a way as so that you can become a conduit for light and for sound. And one of the ways in which we work with sound is learning how to perceive that sound internally and how to bring forward that sound to create a change when you're in the process of doing some kind of healing. And one of the things you'll hear me say often in the classes is that energy medicine is at the heart of shamanic practice, and it's at the heart of Buddhist practice. And in shamanism, there's a whole process of working with the drum to have the drum become a doorway between the worlds so that healing can be affected as the sound of the drum is opening the world between the seen and the unseen. And we work with that opening, and we work with that processing of sound, and we will learn how to listen to those internal sounds and be able to make them or focus them into ordinary reality through learning techniques of sound healing. And the work we do with sound healing in the integrated energy medicine program is not performance oriented. One of the things that I often hear is, do I have to be able to sing, or do I have to be able to play some kind of music in order to be an effective sound healer? No, you just need to learn how to listen internally and trust yourself to be able to bring those sounds forward to create change on a physical level. People often ask me, how can I work with energy medicine in my own life? And I say that energy medicine can enhance anything that you're doing. One of the great things about integrated energy medicine is that it supports teachers in doing what they do. They can help their students learn better by learning how to focus energy to support their students. Gardeners can learn how to grow more healthy plants and have better crops by working with energy. And people who are working with large groups of people can learn how to be able to maintain themselves so they don't get tired at the end of the day by working with energy and by learning how to let universal power support them. Working with the techniques that you learn in the integrated energy medicine program to help you kind of groom your own energy system. Working with these same techniques to help assist another person on a non-physical level, learning how to work with energy to help increase healing outcomes when there's a physical intervention that's happened, or just learning how to work with energy to increase the benefit for those around you, perhaps in a very unseen or unrecognized way, are just some of the ways in which you can work with energy in your everyday life and how you can benefit from all of the work that you can do in the integrated energy medicine program here at the Foundation of the Sacred Stream.